Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the topic called a transformer efficiency as well as the regulation. So what will be regulation? So regulation is called a secondary terminal voltage when the transformer loading is at a maximum. Okay. So it determines the voltage drop that occur inside of the transformer because of the transformer loading. Okay. It is also defined as the transformer voltage from no load to full load voltage changes. Okay. So mathematically it is given as so V20 minus V2 upon V20. Okay. Secondary voltage under no load condition minus secondary voltage of the transformer at load condition upon. So the voltage changes from no load to full load. Okay, the regulation gives a idea about the voltage changes from the no load to full load. Okay, it is no load secondary voltage. It is the secondary voltage unload. Okay, so it gives the voltage drop. So it is already derived as I2 into I2 into R02 into cos phi 2 plus or minus I2 into X202 sin phi 2. So plus symbol is used for the lagging power factor load and minus symbol is used for the leading power factor condition. So what is meant by efficiency? So transformer efficiency, generally any machine or any device, the efficiency gives about the performance characteristics, how it works. It gives the complete picture idea about the machine. Okay, here it is a transformer efficiency. It defines as the output voltage, output power to the input power, output power to the input input power. So output is written as in the kilowatts or the watts. So output power plus losses in the machine is written as input. So input gives to, we are giving an input, so it is useful to the utilize the losses in the machine as well as the power transferred to the output side. So it is the combination of the output power as well as the losses. So by direct method, see it is the actually formula of the efficiency. So power is measured in the watts. So it is the simple diagram representation in order to find the efficiency as well as the regulation. So here it is, we are giving a supply to a transformer, auto transformer. Auto transformer is useful for to get the variable voltage in the secondary of the auto transformer. So it is a variable device. With the help of knob, we can change the output voltage in steps of 10, 20, 30 up to its rated value. Here it is given 260 volts. So DPST means dipole a single thrown switch. It is protected from the over current as well as the over voltage falls. Okay. So here it is voltage. Voltmeter measures the voltage across the supply. Ammeter measures the ammeter current through the line. So this is the wattmeter having the terminal M, L and C, V. M means main, L means line, C for common, V for voltage or potential point. Okay. So this meter measures the power. Okay. It is wattmeter. Wattmeter measures the power. So here giving we are connecting input wattmeter. Here it is one more wattmeter to measure the output. So UPF means unity power factor. Okay. In the nature of unity. So here we are connecting a load. So transformer nameplate is given here, rated voltage, rated current as well as the rated power of the transformer. So percentage regulation means from no load to full load, the voltage changes. The variation in the voltage from a no load to full load is called as regulation. So predetermination of the transformer efficiency. Without giving any load, we can determine with the help of nameplate details, we can determine the efficiency of the transformer with the help of this formula. So efficiency is equal to percentage efficiency is equal to output power in watts upon output power in watts plus losses in the watts, okay, into 100. Actually, we are measuring percentage efficiency. So no load losses that is called iron losses. It is denoted with the Pi. A full load copper loss denoted with the PC. P suffix C. So percentage full load efficiency is equal to full load kVA means RVA voltage and ampere rating into power factor. It gives the output power as well as in the denominator. So in the denominator we are writing output power plus into power factor plus losses, iron losses as well as the copper losses. At any fractional load condition, for example, I am considering 25% of the full load or 75% full load. So in order to find the percentage efficiency at particular load, we are multiplied with the multiplying factor. So that is considering x into full load, x into full load in the numerator as well as the denominator voltage and current ratings. Here it is, the iron losses are constant in the transformer because they are occurred in the iron parts of the machine. They are independent of voltage as well as the current. Whereas the copper losses denoted with PC, we can determine with the help of formula I square into R. So the copper losses occurred in the winding itself. So it is depends on the current. So it is changing with respect to the load. That's why I am multiplying with the factor of fraction of the load, that is x. So x indicates the fraction of the load. So P remains same at all the load conditions. So the iron losses does not change irrespective of the load condition. So this graph gives idea about the efficiency curve. So I am considering output power on the x-axis and efficiency on the y-axis. So at a different voltage levels, we will get the different type of efficiency curve. So now let us perform an example on this topic. Say a transformer is rated at 100 kVA. At full load, its copper losses is 120 watts and its iron losses is 960 watts. Calculate the efficiency at full load condition and unity power factor. This is the first problem. The second problem is efficiency at of full load and the power factor is 0.8 power factor. Third problem is efficiency at 75% of the full load condition and power factor considered as a 0.7. Okay, so I'm writing given data. So this is the rating of the machine, that is 100 kVA. So these are iron losses and copper losses. We all know the formula, that is percentage factor, that is Rex Rem. I'm considering X here, it is rating of the machine into power factor. Here is also X Rem, X square into losses of the copper losses. So I'm writing here it's at full load condition and unity power factor. Unity power means cos phi is equal to 1. So I'm substituting the at full load condition means x is equal to 1 into rating of the machine, that is 100 kVA into, so it is given kVA, so that multiply with the 10 power 3, that is voltage into ampere rating, into power factor is 1, that is 1, cos phi is equal to 1. So similar manner in the denominator also, the output power plus losses is called iron losses, that is a 960, it is fixed, and copper loss a yet load condition, this is a full load condition, so means 1 square into, there is a copper loss is 1200 watts. It is given as 1200. So on simplifying this, we will get as 97.88 percentage. So yet off load condition means x is equal to 1 by 2. X is equal to 1 by 2. And power factor is 0.8 means cos phi is equal to 0.8. Cos phi is equal to 0.8. So I'm substituting corresponding values in the formula. Neta is equal to x means 1 by 2 into rating of the machine is 100 kVA, 100 into 10 power 3 into power factor 0.8 upon 1 by 2 output power into rating of the machine into 0.8 as a power factor plus iron losses, that is the fix, it is 960 plus 1 by 2, that is the x square, the load factor, that is the fraction of the load we are performing on the, we are determining the efficiency of the machine, 1 by 2 whole square into 1200. So finally we will get 96.94 percentage. Yet 3/4 or 73/4 of the full load or 75% of the full load condition. 0.7 as the power factor. So it is x actually. X is equal to, instead of x I writing m. X is equal to 75 upon 100 is equal to 0.75. So it is the fraction of the load. 0.75 into rating of the machine, volt ampere V into A, that is the 100 kVA. So I'm writing 100 into 10 power 3. It is the power factor 0.7. Similar manner, denominator also. It is iron losses 960, it is fixed, and copper loss also we are determining it a fraction of the load, that is 75% of the load. Finally, we will get 96.98 percentage. So condition for the maximum efficiency. Just focus on it here it few minutes. So we all derived efficiency of the formula is equal to neta is equal to fraction of the load into rating of the machine into power factor upon same output power. It is output. This power is output power. Output power plus iron losses into copper losses. So in order to find the maximum efficiency, we are derivating the efficiency equation with respect to x. Why it is x? Actually, we are changing the fraction of the load, percentage of the load, that is a full load to minimum load, that is half full load or 3/4 of load. At any percent of the load, we can determine the efficiency. So variable parameter is, that is x. So differentiate efficiency equation with respect to f. X, okay, equal to 0. So from the equation we are using du upon dv or dv upon dv upon du. Okay, using this formula, simply we will get as like this. So in order to this parameter is equal to 0, we are equating this parameter equal to 0. Okay, that is the numerator equal to 0. So we all know that output power is not equal to 0. So remaining factor, that is Wi minus x square into W. So this factor only going to be 0. So from the equation I am rewriting as like this: Wi minus x square into WCU. Means this is the copper losses, this is the iron losses. So and equating this equation equal to 0, W, that is iron losses, is equal to fraction of the load square into copper losses. So this is the condition for the maximum efficiency in the transformer. Please remember, it is very important relationship in the transformer efficiency. So the efficiency of the transformer for the given power factor is maximum when the variable copper loss is equal to the constant iron losses. This is the condition to get the maximum efficiency occurrence in the transformer. So this is the efficiency versus load curve. I'm drawing the percentage of load or load percentage. I'm considering the x-axis. So efficiency consider on the y-axis. So if we consider at this point, load is very low, efficiency also low. Efficiency increases as a proportional, some proportional with respect to the percentage of the load changes. So at particular point, the efficiency is maximum occur. So the condition for maximum efficiency is called iron losses is equal to percentage, fraction of the percentage load into copper losses. So at this condition only we will get maximum efficiency. After getting the maximum efficiency point, the curve is declining. Why? Because the copper loss increases more and more. So it influences on the output power, so that the output power also reduces. So in this manner, the efficiency also going to be decreases after maximum efficiency point occurrence. Few relationships we need to know in the transformer. So this is the copper losses I 2 R square into R total refers to the secondary side. So this term suffixes references secondary side, okay, copper losses. If the primary side is the primary side current into total resistance refer to the primary side. So what is meant by we all derived already X is W iron losses. Iron losses is equal to iron losses is equal to, this is iron losses not W square. Iron loss square is equal to X square into copper losses. So from this we can write as X is equal to X square is equal to iron losses upon copper losses. So this square is going to be right side. The X is equal to this equation rewritten as square root of iron losses upon copper losses. This square root is under both the numerator as well as the denominator. So Wi is equal to x square into I R square into RT. So whereas the iron losses the occurred in the magnetic field, we can write as Im square into IRT. Okay. So current at the maximum efficiency. With the help of these two equations, we are writing as like this. So IR2 square root of Wi upon Wc, that is iron losses upon copper losses. This is the primary side and secondary side currents at maximum efficiency. KVA rating of the maximum efficiency we can determine with this the formula, with the help of this formula. So this is the SM is equal to rating of the machine into square root of iron losses and copper losses. So this is the maximum KVA rating of the machine. We get maximum efficiency condition. So maximum efficiency, that is we can write as neta suffix m means maximum efficiency. Maximum efficiency equal to V2 I2m cos phi upon V2 I2m cos phi 2 plus 2Wi. Instead of the equation, instead of copper losses, so here it is copper losses is equal to iron losses. I am replacing with this one. So it is written as 2 into Wi. Okay. This is removed because of the iron losses and copper losses equal at maximum efficiency condition, where x is equal to square root of the copper iron losses upon copper losses. ITM and I2 are into square root of Wi into WCT. These relationships we derived in the previous slide. So maximum efficiency at constant loading factor. Okay, x is equal to constant. There is no variation in the load. So it is fixed. So neta is equal to x into SR into cos phi 2 upon x into SR cos phi 2 plus Wi plus x square into copper losses. Okay. So this can be written as is equal to k Wi plus s square into WCT. Why? Because here it is load is constant, there is no change. So iron losses and constant losses, iron losses as well as the copper loss also does not change. So that's why I'm replacing with the k. So this equation I'm writing as like this. I'm taking the common as a output power, that is x into x square SR cos phi 2 is taken as a common, and the cancellation of these numerator and denominator factors, the equation turned to be as like this: 1 upon 1 plus k upon x into SR cos phi 2. So at maximum efficiency, so this is the minimum, that is cos phi 2 is the maximum. Hence, for a constant load current, the maximum efficiency occurs when the load power factor is unity. So the unity power factor occurs only the load is resistive nature. So efficiency curves and the transformer. Here we are considering at a different factor with respect to the efficiency. I am considering efficiency in per unit, that is a 0.25, 50 and 25 and 100%, that is 100 means 100 by 100 means 1, that is 1. So on the x-axis we are considering a load in terms of per unit, that is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, 1.4. So I am drawing corresponding power factor versus efficiency curves in this plane. So we can clearly observe the changing of the power factor will influence indirectly on the efficiency. Here it is the curve 0.5 power factor, it is 0.6 power factor, 0.8 and 1 factor, 1 power factor. So the curve lines of the efficiency and power factor variations the same, but the occurrence of the maximum efficiency is at the same particular points. Okay, it is the same. So now we are going to a detailed discussion about the open circuit test and as well as the short circuit test. So in open circuit test, briefly give an idea about open circuit test. So why it is useful. So open circuit test perform on the transformer. The primary, that is the LV side primary, is given to the supply, and the HV side, that is the high voltage side, is treated as the open circuit. Open. Okay. So here it is connecting a supply through a auto transformer in order to get the variable voltage. This voltmeter measures the voltage of the input. Here the ammeter is connected. The current flowing through the transformer we are measuring with the help of ammeter. This wattmeter gives the idea about power, that is the input power. So this is equal to the core losses. So why core losses occur, discuss in the detail in the next slide. Okay. So this secondary side, that is the HV side, it is taken as a open circuit. There is no load connected in the secondary side. So with the help of open circuit test, we will determine the equivalent circuit of the transformer in general. Second one, we can determine the regulation of the transformer at a specific load, as well as we will determine the efficiency of the transformer at a specific load condition. Okay. So this is the diagram reference of the to perform open circuit test on the transformer. Short circuit test. With the help of short circuit test, we can determine efficiency as well as the regulation and complete parameter. I forget to mention, with the help of open circuit test, we can determine also no load branch parameter, that is R naught as well as the X naught, that is R naught and X naught. We will determine this parameter also. So this is the diagram explanation to perform short circuit test on the transformer. So here it is, wattmeter, ammeter and voltmeter measure corresponding power, current and voltage. So here it is, in the short circuit test, the transformer of the LV side should be short circuit, HV side connected to the supply. Okay, so wattmeter gives idea about iron losses, because here we are using load as a short circuited. Under short circuit test, the voltage is very less, hence the core loss is also negligible. The short circuit test actually to find the variable loss in the transformer and to find out the series branch parameter in the ohmic values when referred to the winding in the test is conducted. One more thing we will determine with the help of short circuit test, the percentage resistance, percentage reactance and percentage impedance of the transformer. In the short circuit test, the applied voltage is the rated frequency should be gradually increased until the rated current passes through both the windings. In the short circuit test, the rated current is to be allowed in the winding without wasting of the output power. Without wasting of the output power. As the rated current is less on the HV side, it is convenient to conduct this test on the HV side by short circuiting the LV side terminals. By doing so, the range of the meter can be used for the conducting this test is very convenient. Okay. Here it is, we are conducting HV side is connected to the machine of the primary side to the supply. Okay. So here we are supplying a less current to the HV side. So high voltage means current is low. So it is convenient to conduct the test on the HV side and short circuiting the LV side. So main advantage of this, we can use low range of the meter instead of high rating of the meter. So this is the main advantage to perform the short circuit test on HV side, opening with the short circuit with the LV side. So these are the parameter to determine directly with the help of formulas. So this is the impedance of the transformer referred to the primary, that is Z01 Vs upon Is. This is the impedance, percentage reactance, that is X01 is equal to square root of Z01 square minus R01 square. So R01 is equal to the wattmeter reading upon the current through the coil. So Ws gives the wattmeter reading, that is Vs into Is into cos pi. So suffix S indicates the short circuit test. Okay, this is a short circuit current, that is Is. So equivalent circuit of a transformer, equivalent diagram, how it run. See, this is the supply, this is the no load branch, that is instead of G naught, this is R naught, this is EXM, magnetizing parameter. This is the no load branch parameter, R naught and X naught. Okay. So R02, this is referred to the primary, the whole resistance. This is the reactance referred to the primary side of the transformer. This is the current refers to, this is the voltage refers to the primary side of the current. with the help of transformation ratio K is equal to V2 upon V1, R01 is equal to K square into R01, X02 is equal to K square into X01. So with the help of percentage regulation formula 8 power factor cos phi 2, we can write as x2 into I02 R2 cos phi 2 plus or minus I02 into x2 into sin phi 2 upon V2 into 100. This is the percentage regulation of yet any load and yet any power factor of the transformer. So I2 will determine with the help of this formula. I2 is equal to power rating, that is measured in volt ampere, and the secondary voltage, that is V2. Okay. So percentage efficiency at load power factor, that is a cos phi 2. It is written as x into full load into power factor upon x into full load volt ampere rating into power factor, iron losses, fraction of the load into copper losses. So x indicates the fraction of the load. So now performing a small example on this. So we are giving a 4 kVA rating transformer. This is the power rating. This is the voltage ratio, that is 2000 upon 400, 50 hertz, a single phase transformer under OC and SC test. The results are given as under no load condition, that is the SC or OC test. So low voltage side it is performed, that is the 200 ohms, 0.7 ampere and 60 watts. Whereas the short circuit test is performed on the HV side, and LV side is treated as a short circuited. So the readings given as 9 volts, 6 amperes, 21.6 watts. So this is the wattmeter reading, this is the ammeter reading, voltmeter readings. Okay. So we all know cos phi is equal to wattmeter reading upon voltage into current. So R naught is equal to V naught upon I naught into cos phi naught. So with the help of no load test result, V naught upon I naught into cos phi naught. So this is V naught, this is I naught, this is W naught. These are the open circuit test results. This is Vs short circuit voltage, this is the short circuit current, this is the wattmeter measured power under short circuit test. Substituting corresponding values in the equation, we will determine the no load branch parameter as well as the resistance and reactance referred to the primary of the transformer. So percentage regulation also we will determine with the help of this formula. I2 R2 cos phi 2 plus I2 X2 sin phi 2 upon V2 into 100. And substituting corresponding values, we will get 1.52 percentage. I2 is determined as 10 amperes, so it is power rating upon volt ampere rating. So that is 10 amperes, 4 kVA upon 400. So percentage efficiency unit power factor. Unit power factor means cos phi 2 is equal to 1. So at full load means x is treated as a 1. So substituting full load voltage ampere rating and power factor and iron losses and copper losses. So we will get finally efficiency is 97.1 percentage. So what is meant by all day efficiency? So it is basically used to determine the efficiency of a distribution transformer. The step-down transformers used for electric power distribution purpose are preferable. Those are a distribution transformer. So distribution transformer cannot run with constant load throughout the day, that is the 24 hours. So at a peak load time, it having the load is high, whereas the night times it lean time, that is it is called a lean time. So it is having the negligible load on the transformer. So the selected transformer depends upon if the conventional transformer is not practical and economical too. So the concept of early efficiency is recommended for the distributed transformer. So we use the ratio of total energy delivered by the transformer to the total energy fed to the transformer. So, for your understanding, if you consider this is the transformer, so this is delivered power, this is the feeding power. So this is treated as the output, this is treated as the input. So in order to measure the efficiency of the machine or any equipment, efficiency is equal to output to the input ratio. So here we use the ratio of the total delivered power, total delivered energy, and to the total energy fed to the transformer. We are considering during the entire span of the day. That is called 24 hours of span time. So normally generally ordinary or conventional transformer efficiency we will determine with the help of formula output power in watts upon input power in the watts. Whereas the Alder efficiency is determined with the help of this formula, that is output power in kilowatt upon input power in kilowatt for the 24 hours. So to determine the Alder efficiency, it is necessary to know the how the load varies from hour to hour entire day. So we will see to understand the Alder efficiency. We will consider a problem. There is a 400 kVA distribution transformer has iron losses is 500 watts, full load copper losses is 500 watts. The transformer is supplying a light load, that is the UPF load. The load cycle as given as like this: full load at 4 hours, off load, off full load for 8 hours, 8 plus 4, 12. No load for 8 hours, it is 20 hours. So remaining 4 hours also we need to consider, because in order to find out the all day efficiency. So all day efficiency means 24 hours we need to consider. So output power. So remaining 4 hours was not given means it is 0. So output power, so output energy, that is it is energy, kilowatt hour. Kilowatt means power, kilowatt hour means energy. So output energy is equal to output energy in kilowatt into, this is the power, output power into working hours. Okay, power into time means it gives the energy. So full load for 4 hours, half full load for 8 hours. It is given in the problem. 40 into 4 plus 1 upon 2 into 40 into 8. So that is 320 kilowatt hour. So total losses also depending upon the operating time of the transformer. Okay, iron losses are fixed for 24 hours. They are not changed with respect to load. So they are irrespective of the load. They are fixed. That's why 24 into 500. Those are iron loss is equal to 12 kilowatt hour. Whereas the copper losses will change with respect to the load. So indirectly it depends upon the current, load current. So at full load condition, we are operating the machine at 4 hours. So those are 500. So we get as a 2 kilowatt hour. At off full load condition, mean x square, that is 1 upon 2 whole square. The losses are 500. It is operated for 8 hours. We get as 1 kilowatt hour. So input kilowatt, that is input energy is equal to output energy plus losses in kilowatt hour. 320 plus 12 plus 3 is equal to 335 kilowatt hour. So all the efficiency is equal to output energy in kilowatt hour to the input energy, that is 335. So we get as 95.52%. Thank you.